What up gamers, I'm Sir Mav and welcome back to another weekly update of Anthem where I present to you the latest info discussed on Twitter and other sources from the dev team. This week we saw Anthem devs Thomas Singleton and Lee Williams showcase a live stream at the Paris Games, finally saw the Interceptor's ultimate, and we also learned that this week we will get to see Mike and Ben within the next Anthem livestream gameplay. So before I get into anything on Twitter, let's discuss what we saw during the Paris Games stream this week. If you enjoy the content, then be sure to drop a like, comment below with your thoughts, and subscribe for future Anthem updates. Let's dive in. So if you're on the live stream, we all heard that painful echo that came through in the audio in the first 5 minutes, but luckily it was all resolved and we got to see some cool new content for Anthem. So in case you were wondering, no, the graphics are not being downgraded for Anthem. For some reason during the stream, the settings were set down to a lower level, likely to help with the technical difficulties that occurred before the stream even started. Mark confirmed this on Twitter that it was a lower setting, and Andrew generously showcased an image comparison between the stream and an actual shot where the graphics were set to ultra in the same mission area. So basically during the stream there was a 4-man team showcasing every javelin, and they had some fun during the gameplay and got off track at times, such as when they went off and went hunting for some grabbits. But the main mission the team was on during the stream was called the Lost Arcanist. Basically Matthias gets lost searching out more info for Shaper artifacts and such, and of course gets himself into some trouble along the way. But he acquires some really good info here as the team treks through this mission. For one, we can see that the floating damage numbers were reduced within this gameplay. We found out that we can cool our jets while hovering near the water as well, so you don't have to always fly into the water for their cooling effect. But something interesting showcased about the cooling effect was here. So you can see in the gameplay when the Storm Javelin goes through the waterfall, you get the cooling effect icon to pop up on the top left of the screen. What's interesting about this is that the cooling effect lasts about 25 seconds compared to the 5 seconds it lasted in the initial gameplay with the Colossus back around E3. Now there's a couple things here that could have occurred that may have caused the effect to last longer. The Storm, for some odd reason, could have better cooling capabilities, allowing the effect to last longer than the thick boy Colossus. I mean, the Colossus is heavier after all. The pilot's cooling ability within this gameplay could be further upgraded than the pilot in the gameplay trailer, which means that there could be a skill tree perk that allows us to extend the duration of supporting effects, or they could have simply made a timing change to the duration of this mechanic. Honestly, I'm likely thinking too much into it, but we won't really know till we get a chance to see the skill tree firsthand for our pilot. During the stream they also showcased the emote wheel, which you can see allows you to cycle through emotes with the D-pad and initiate them by pressing down on the D-pad. But the coolest thing they showcased within the stream was when they displayed the ultimate abilities for the Storm and Interceptor, which I know you've all been waiting for. Of course, that's just my opinion, so share your favorite part of the stream down in the comments below. So what's so neat about this is that for the Storm, we now know the ultimate for this javelin can utilize all the elements within its attack. So you can see in the footage that Thomas uses fire, ice, and lightning all in duration of the one ultimate. They also showcased the Siege Cannon, which is the ultimate for the Colossus that we've seen before, and then came the Interceptor. So Thomas described the Interceptor as a space ninja because of its fast speed and striking ability, and apparently it's now the mother of all grabbits as well. If you're thinking why, well, it's because of the extended ear looking piece of the Interceptor's helmet that gives it that look of the grabbit's ears. Anyway, here you can see the Interceptor's ultimate, where the Javelin uses its dual daggers to zip around the battlefield, attacking multiple targets in its path. While in the state of this ultimate, the Interceptor also gains a boosted defense where you are less susceptible to incoming damage, which definitely showcases this Javelin's classic rogue class abilities here within this footage, and having the extra defense protection really allows this Javelin to get up close and personal with its targets. Definitely great to see the ultimate abilities in action here on the stream. We also learned here that each ultimate will have a duration of time in which you can use its abilities. They have a good example of this during the Colossus Siege Cannon, where you have 3 total shots you can take with the nuke gun, but if you don't get them all off in time, you'll only get off like 1 or 2 hits, as Lee showcased within the stream. So definitely make sure that you are prioritizing and utilizing those shots, or whatever the ultimate ability is for your Javelin, when going up against the enemy. We also got to see the Storm's melee ability in action while in the stream, and an acid attack from the Interceptor. Thankfully, Thomas said something and asked who that was while hunting the grabbits, or else we would have figured it was the Ranger's acid grenade. But it seems from the gameplay that the Interceptor has its own projectile of some kind. What exactly it is, we're not sure, as the Ranger is the only Javelin that's supposed to have a grenade within Anthem. Now I know, some of you are going to say it was in the cinematic trailer we saw the Interceptor throwing the grenade, but ignore that cinematic trailer where you saw the grenade thrown. It was already debunked by Mark on Twitter that the marketing team made a mistake and it was added in for more of a flare touch, which it really does work for the cinematic trailer, you have to be honest. And then the stream basically ended midway through the mission because, of course, the dev team wants to mitigate story spoilers for the overall community. Overall though, I think this was a cool way to go through the story mission with the team and see them have some fun along the way. And if you pay attention to the writing up on top of the stream, you'll also notice that on top of the stream they stated that this was alpha gameplay, which means there's still plenty to be done before the game launches next year. But I'm glad to hear and see the transparency from the Anthem devs as they are eager to share more with us every week. So now let's discuss what we learned through the Twitter feed. This past week, Mark enlightened us by stating that in theory we could solo a world event such as the Ash Titan. Which, I mean, would be really awesome. The whole point of our javelins is to feel like a superhero, so this is going to be a balance by the development team as they will want us to feel strong within Anthem. I mean, we want to feel like a superhero, but for me, I still want to be challenged by the content that they create within this world. Now, as we haven't seen any full gameplay of javelins completing a whole world event, it will be interesting to see how these events play out and what other events will be showcased out in the world. So as stated in the beginning of the video, we have some exciting news this week. Likely soon they will be tweeting out the details, but this week we get to watch Michael Gamble and Ben Irving, both lead producers of Anthem, stream some live gameplay for us. Now we don't know much of what part of the world or what mission they will be playing in, but they did state that they will be showcasing more gameplay for us on the Storm and Interceptor. The stream is likely only to be 30 minutes long, but they could provide us with an encore of info, so who knows. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you want them to showcase during this live stream? Let me know down in the comments below. And sorry gamers, there will be no pets in Anthem, or at least not at launch. I know there's been a lot of talk about companions for your freelancer in Anthem, but not quite sure how they would implement this within the game. Flying Gravits maybe? Now I know there's people out there that love to customize their HUD options, but in Anthem you will have no customization options over your HUD elements such as the reticle or the color of your health bar. So in Anthem, there will be specific support for color blindness within the setting options. This is definitely important for some of you gamers out there as it allows for you to see certain alerts or effects within the game. I actually have a buddy who's colorblind, and without these options, he wouldn't be able to tell if a grenade was tossed near him or not. Makes for some funny gameplay moments though. Michael Gamble gave us another glimpse into customization of Anthem by showcasing his bright racing red Storm Javelin within the Forge on Twitter. We're likely to get to see more of this Javelin this week during the live stream. Again, for those of you new here, there is no setting to switch between first and third person within the Anthem game. You will always be in third person while out in the world of Anthem, showcasing your Javelin in all its customization glory, and first person while you're in Fort Tarsus so you have more immersion for within the story. Ben Irving coming in with another office shot on his Twitter where one of the team members was hard at work creating one of the cinematic scenes within Anthem. There will be aesthetic skins for our javelins that allow us to showcase a worn and more distressed look on our javelins. There are literally tons of different customization options that the Anthem team can create, so I'm excited to see what they have in store for us come launch. Mark stated that at max level we will have not unlocked all the perks available within the game. This is nice to hear as there seems to be more progression we can work towards well into the endgame in Anthem. In case you were wondering, the gates that were showcased within the Arcanist mission in the Paris game stream are specific to that mission, so you won't be able to disable them. So Michael made a statement on Twitter this week after many were discussing some of the bugs shown within the stream gameplay and the texturized graphics. He stated that we should expect some bugs within the builds shown on these live streams. Michael and the team want to be as transparent as possible with what they're working on as they showcase early, sometimes older, unfinished content. Honestly, I'm just happy they're showcasing anything at all. Some may not agree with me, but I believe that this type of interaction builds trust within the community for the dev team and allows the team to showcase to the community what they've been working hard on behind the scenes. I'm not at all stating that you should keep your opinions to yourself, but know that this is the alpha stage of the game. It's not complete yet. The team is still working diligently to give you an amazing game that will hopefully provide you with captivating content for years to come. So keep your critiques positive and constructive so that the team can make the game we all want and provide us with the best possible experience come launch. Now remember, there's technically no DLC as all expansions will be free after launch, but you will be able to customize individual armor pieces of your Javelin, and this will include some crossover cosmetics. An example of this would be the N7 Mass Effect Ranger armor that we saw showcased back at E3. Mass Effect, of course, being one of BioWare's previous games. While answering a question, the Anthem game Twitter teased that there will be capabilities to provide support such as buffs and healing to other javelins, which we learned last week, but this is the first that we heard of it being included with various gear components. So possibly we could have components like mods that we can attach to the gear to manipulate the way we support our javelin and others on our team. During the Paris Games, Thomas took to Twitter to answer some questions from another AMAAA series, but really there wasn't a ton of new info that was answered here. But one I did find interesting was around support abilities. We of course learned last week about repairing other javelins, but apparently each javelin will have their own unique support abilities. Be interesting to see how these support mechanics work in Anthem, so maybe Ben and Mike will showcase an example of these abilities during the stream. And there you have it, gamers. Thanks for tuning in to this week's update for Anthem. As usual, I posted the link in the Reddit post in the description box down below in case you want to view the links for yourself. Get ready for a stream this week on November 1st. Should be lots of fun with these two producers on screen. And keep it locked here at iGame for all the latest updates on Anthem before and after launch. Don't forget to ring the bell for future updates on Anthem. I'll talk to you next time, gamers. This is Sir Mav, signing off.